Y'all going through a tragedy. Your house is on fire or whatever. I don't know if you lost the house. Y'all going, getting evacuated. Y'all have each other. Y'all live together. And then your mind, instead of being there for your woman, you're there for another girl. You're garbage. Montel, you're trash. Hi guys, welcome to Tasha Reacts. Welcome to Tasha React. I hope everybody's doing well, everybody's doing good in the hood. Hi, my name is Tasha. I do have another channel called Tachassociety where I do hair, beauty, mostly beauty over there, or mostly hair over there. And I do have another channel called Tasha Jean where I do story times. Check me out. Alright, let me put my disclaimer out there. If the person comes up to me and say, hey girl, you don't have the right to be sharing my video, I will take it down because I don't care. I usually leave the person's information down description bar, TikTok handle towards the end of the video. Alright, this is a story time, a reaction channel, so I will be talking through the channel. Sometimes I talk a little bit too much. Sometimes I got a lot off topic. Sometimes I just tell my business. Sometimes I just want to vent. So I will be talking in the video. So I always leave the person's information down description bar if I can find it. Okay? Alright. I want to say thank you. We are moving on up to the east side, guys. Thank you. I see that we are growing. And I'm so thankful for all you guys who have subscribed to me. Baby, we grew kind of fast, baby. I don't even know what number we are at right now. I think the last time I was saying thank you to 512. I think we're like at 530. 530, baby. What is it? I want to say thank you for all you guys who have subscribed to me and checked me out. Okay, I want to say thank you. So we will be doing this part 2. I'm going to be kind of bulk recording, so you're going to be seeing me with kind of the same hair, different outfit. But I don't know what outfits I have anymore, so sometimes you're going to see the same shirt 4 or 5 different times. Okay, sometimes, baby, I don't know, I can't keep up anymore. But I was like, if I want to be consistent, baby, yeah, get me how you get me, okay? Because sometimes I'll wear a shirt on here and then I'll do another video on my other channel. I'm like, hold on, didn't I wear the shirt? Oh, well. Okay. You take me as you take me. We're going to be doing part 2 to the story time. So let's get started. All right.
Deciding to leave on Monday. And he kind of gave me like non-answers until finally he was very firmly like, no, I'm going back on Sunday. So I was like, okay, whatever. But keep that in mind. He wanted to go back on Sunday, not Monday. Monday is January 20th. So we're planning this trip and like we're getting super excited. I was really excited to meet him. And then the California fires happen. He has to evacuate to a friend's house. And like, I know like this was never about me, but I can't tell you how terrified I was for him. Like, I was stressed. I was worried. I was terrified. We'd literally be on FaceTime and I would step out of the camera to cry because my heart hurt so bad for him. I really cared about him. Like, I knew he was physically safe, but what upset me, I'm not even crying for him. I'm crying for like, I'm just empathic. Like, right now, I wish the fire would have taken his house. I was so like...
I think we all been there. So when somebody hurts you so bad, you're like, yo, you made me cry for you. I hurt for you. I felt bad for you. And then she found out he's just a garbage. She found out he's a trash. And then she's like, dang, I was sad for you. I cared for you. And then you end up doing me dirty. Baby, yeah. I know. Sometimes I be asking God like, karma, where thou art. Where thou art, karma, Lord. But alright, don't worry about it.
Like, sad in the moment, just thinking of any psychological damage that would have happened to him. Like, I knew he was physically safe. He had evacuated to a friend's house, but I was just hurt thinking of like depression, having to leave, and like just dealing with the unknown and the uncertainty and all the things that like come with having to evacuate your house in a natural disaster or whatever. I was so sick over that for him. I literally thought that like this was gonna be my next man. Like, I can't express enough how worried I was for him, how bad my heart hurt for him. And I was trying so hard not to be another stressor in that. I told him like, text me when you can. Like, I was really trying to just kind of give him the space that he needed to get the things done that he needed to get done. I really just wanted to be there for him and like do anything that I could to help him from literally across the whole country. So I was trying to not overwhelm him and be as clingy as I normally am. And to my surprise, he was actually very, very communicative. Like the amount of times that we FaceTimed and texted really didn't decrease. A little bit, but like not by much. He was at one place, and then I think like the next night he had to end up evacuating again. This evacuation is where things became like a little bit suspicious to me. Like I said before, when we had that one like conversation and argument, and after we made up, I decided to completely trust him. Like I gave him my heart. I was in it. But when he evacuated to this friend's house, something was just a little off to me. He got real non-binary when he was talking about like the people that were there. And I thought that it was just because he knows that like I'm a crash out and that I wasn't going to be mad if he was like in a house with a bunch of women. Like you are literally trying to run for your life. Like I'm not mad about that. But we'd be on FaceTime and he'd be like, they are going to make us a taco bar or something tonight. Or they are going to do this today. So like he got real non-binary about it, but he was still being very communicative. We were still FaceTiming pretty much the normal amount. I remember we were talking and he said something about like how he was just kind of depressed. And
where was this girl when you was FaceTiming? Because you guys are on the phone all the time. Where is this girl? At least the guy that I was talking to, when he used to do it, I used to notice like, okay, we'll talk when he's at work. We'll talk in the car. We'll drive to his house in the car on the FaceTime. And then when it's time to go inside, he'll be like, all right, good night. Then I started peeping like, all right, homie, you don't live by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Thank God, God has freed me from the devil. But, you know what I'm saying? He's at the house. Yo, this man's brave. And the crazy thing is, I wonder if people told his woman, like where is she? If y'all are going through a house fire issue, where's the girl? Where's she at? It's so crazy.
Stressed, and I was like, can you just FaceTime me? Like I was literally like crying this day over him, and I was like, can you just FaceTime me? I just want to make sure you're good. I want to hear your voice. And he said, yes, I'll step out. And like that was an immediate red flag to me. I was like, why do you have to step out when I've literally been on FaceTime with you and your friends? Like I've FaceTimed you from your house. Like why would you have to step out? But I let it go and I placed the order, and it was a 7-Eleven order. He FaceTimed me the entire walk to the 7-Eleven and the entire way back too. And I remember he got to like the front door and then he kind of abruptly hung up and he texted me saying like, sorry, I cut you off there. And I was like, I just said thank you for calling.
See, that's what I told you. That's what the dude did to me. But he would never hang up on me. He just plays it off. And then when he gets home, he starts texting you. Like, you talk to me every day. You talk on the phone. But when you're at home, you're texting me. But then when he found out he lived with the girl, he's like, oh, I live with my baby mother. And it's because of her and Ken. We're doing this for our Ken. And yeah. All right. But you can't talk on the phone. You can't text. Then you get to a point like, all right, sir. Tasha, you are a dummy. Okay, this man is playing you, and he's playing this girl, and you wouldn't want another man to do the. You wouldn't want a woman to do this to you. And I'm a type of person that maybe just like she's a crash out. I'm a type of person I block you. So I give you chances, and then when I find out certain things, I'm like, alright. Cause the side chick, bro, I don't know how people do it. It's not cute. I can't do it. I like attention, so you know. Baby, first of all, you ain't gonna just hang up. Baby, I would have kept calling you and calling you and calling you. What you hanging up in my face for? Absolutely not. That's one of my biggest things. First of all, I would have thought something happened. You alright? First of all, you were on the phone with me and then you hung up to text me? Oh.
I just said thank you for calling. I let it go. It's like the first day after he had to evacuate again. And any suspicions that I had were kind of like calmed by the fact that for the next couple days, like we FaceTimed, we called, texted, whatever, mostly from his car, but like he had said that he didn't feel useful in the house, so he was trying to just kind of get out. So that was kind of his excuse for that. I don't think he had to go into work, but he had to go, or he didn't have to. He decided to go to this place called Cyber City. It's like a little gaming place in like the LA area, I guess. It was just his little solace, like his home away from home, his way to kind of get out of the house and have fun, not be in the way, which is what he kept saying he felt like he was. And he had also said that like he hadn't been eating. He was like, I just haven't been thinking about it. He had been stressed, he had been busy, whatever. So I know that like when you're not taking care of your body, like your mental's gonna suffer, and his mental already was suffering. So I just wanted to do my part as a good girl would, and make sure that he was fed. So I Uber Eats him some food to like the Cyber City place. This was like not 2 days in a row, but like I did it twice at least, in addition to the other order that I got him. I literally like hung out with him on FaceTime after I ordered it, watched it pull up and him get the order and go inside to go eat it. And it was kind of like a rinse and repeat the next few days. That was kind of the routine, is he would just want to be out of the house. And I'm realizing now that's because his girlfriend was there with him, but we talked in FaceTime like normal. We talked about details of our trip. It was kind of in the air. I was really I really didn't want him to come, sort of. I wanted to see him and I did want him to come, but I didn't want him to like not be there mentally. I didn't want the whole LA fires thing looming over him while he was there, and him to not be able to like fully be present with me, basically. So I was like, don't feel bad if you have to cancel or postpone. Like, it's absolutely fine. And I low-key wanted him to cancel too. Just because I was like, I want you to have time to kind of get things together. We didn't know about the status of his apartment, if it was still standing or not. I just didn't want all of that looming over him. And like I said, I had just been so worried about him. You know, eventually he confirmed that like he wanted this trip to move forward. So I got on board, and I think that was this last Saturday. And because I was on board, I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and book all my appointments. I booked my nails, booked like everything I needed to book. And I was also like, let me go ahead and get the deep dive out of the way. I'm crazy. Like I said, I'm a crash out. I always do a deep dive on like all the men I date, usually within like minutes of meeting them. But for whatever reason, I decided to be just trusting with him this time, and I didn't do the usual deep dive that I normally do. I did like a little bit of a dive on him, but like nowhere near as deep as I normally do. But I was like, yeah, for my own safety, I'm just gonna go ahead and look into him. Basically, I was like, I'm not gonna traveling to a city to meet a man in general is crazy anyway. Doing that without having like done your proper research on him, nuts. So yeah, I did. He was at the Cyber City place on like Wilson Boulevard in LA or whatever, and I had just gotten him Chinese food so I could make sure that he was fed. And then I knew he was kind of there, just like,
okay, let me ask a question, because I get he's going through problems, but what has he done for you too? You get what I mean? Like, you met the dude, he went through the fire, he went through all of it, but what has he done for you? Like, dang, you're making sure this man's fed, you're making, like, low-key, it seems like he's coming up through you. Like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes as women, and I've been there, I'm a dummy, I got 2 baby daddies and one robbed me. Living in the house with his new woman with my money, just saying. And I was a dummy. I always sit there. People always go, Tasha, I don't think it's him. I think it's you. Baby, I always admit it's me. I'm dumb. I was a dummy. So, baby, I never judge people because I was a dummy. I had 2 baby daddies. Man kicked me out, took my money, and a new woman's living in my house. Child, technically, I'm a landlord. I'm not getting no money. Anywho. But it's real. I'm not going to ever sit here and judge anybody. That's why I don't downplay people. And that's why I try to warn women. But it has, okay, in the beginning, it has to be 50-50. Since you met him, I haven't heard he really did anything but talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And you're buying food and, oh, it's cute and all. But, baby, we haven't met each other yet. I'm sorry that you haven't ate, but I ain't going to be buying food over and over and over and over again. What are you doing for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the beginning. You know, if he was your man, cool. But now you're spending all this money on this man. This man's just coming up on you. And then a real man would be like, nah, I'm good. Like, no, I'm all right. Girl, you eat. Like, the man's just taking and taking and taking. I don't see he giving and giving. I'm just saying.
Gaming for a little bit, and he was occupied. So I decided to search his name on Twitter. Nothing crazy came up, actually. The only thing I kept noticing was that in his mentions, the same page of a girl kept popping up. And I was like, that's so annoying. I was like, who is this bitch? Basically, like, is this some like friend that he has out there who's just a little too involved? So I kept scrolling. I was trying to ignore it, but she just kept popping up. I was like, what the fuck? So I clicked on her page and started to scroll a little bit just to see like who she was. She was a massive influencer. I think she has like 150K on Instagram and like 30K on, 150K on Twitter and like 30K on Instagram. And he's crazy as fuck for that alone. But anyway, I was scrolling through her tweets and I just saw a lot of things that were very coincidental. I saw this picture that she took of like, I think it was like the sky. The sky was black because of like obviously the fires in LA. And she was like, we're evacuating now. Like the sky looks crazy, basically was her caption. And in her photo, I could tell that she was sitting passenger in a Tesla. And he drives a Tesla. And I was like, huh, okay, maybe they're roommates, but noted. And a few more tweets. She tweeted about seeing Nosferatu and Wicked. And those were two movies that he had recently gone to see and that like we talked about after. He was like big into critiquing movies, and I saw that she saw them. So I went back in our text and I saw that she saw them on the same days that he saw them. I was like, huh, noted. I scrolled further and I saw a tweet that she put out that said like, dating a 6'3" gym rat is all fun and games until they like get hungry because they eat so fucking much. And I was like, huh, that's so weird because I too am dating a 6'3" gym rat who likes to eat a lot. That's so weird.
As soon as they're too tall too, baby, you already know. Like, okay, I don't know. Listen, right? So I met this dude recently, really tall, cool, but right now, as I tell you, I don't really want to date, right? So people, like I meet people every day, okay? People compliment my hair, people will come up to me when, if I have perfume, people come up to me with my nails. I get compliments a lot, especially my real hair. My real hair is always an attention stopper. I feel like I get more love with my real hair than the wigs, okay? So people will ask me my hairdresser, you know, stuff like that, like, you know. So I met this dude. Lately I had, my job won't let you park like in the parking lot. So I have to park in a station and then take the bus to work, right? So this is new to me. Haven't took the bus since I was low-key in high school, okay? So when you're like, now you're taking the bus, now you're meeting people, okay? I'm always that person that has been mysterious. Nobody knows where I am. Nobody knows anything about Tasha. So recently, I've been meeting people. So I met this dude. He was really, really tall. Really tall, right? Handsome kid. Not my type, you know, but he's tall. And he was like trying to talk to me, blah, blah, blah. And I started laughing. And I said, baby, you're tall as hell. I already know you get mad women. Because that is what women look for around here. Especially like here, around here, especially I don't work around where I live. I work an hour away. In Boston, finding a tall man is like like it's a rare, okay? Like my son's tall, I know Jeremiah I'm gonna have problems with. Jeremiah is dark skinned, nice eyes. I'm going to have problems with him because my son's very handsome, got deep dimples. I said, I'm going to lose my baby, you know what I'm saying? So I know, like, it's when you meet a guy that's tall, you gotta ask more questions. Like, because it's so, like, that's all women want. Women like to look up to their men. That's what, especially me, I'm a tall woman. I like my man to be tall. I haven't found any tall guys, really, but I like my men tall. I like to look up to my man. I like to feel, you know, because I'm tall. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys I date is always my height, a little taller than me. Probably like an inch or two taller than me. But I like tall guys. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing, you know? But it's if you find a man that's tall, girl, you know, it's rare for him to be single. It's rare. It's rare.
Noted. And then what did it for me is she posted a picture of his dog and I lost it. I lost it. I was like, oh my God. I knew back from like the very first tweet in the Tesla. I knew then. But the dog tweet took me out. Fuck. And so from there, I kept kind of like manically scrolling through her media tab and I found a picture of them together. I was like, God damn it. And then I went to her Instagram and I found more of them together. I think the second I found like pictures of them together on Instagram, I immediately decided to message her, and I'm really glad that I did because I think I would have lost my nerve had I not been. I was crashing Ouch. I posted on my close friend story, and I literally was like, I'm finding out in real time that this man has a girlfriend, and I think they live together. She, like I said, she's a big influencer. She has a lot of followers, so I messaged one of our mutual friends, and I was like, can you please message her and tell her to message me back right now? And luckily our mutual friend did. She ended up seeing my message and she responded to me. I told her everything, and I said, are you dating Montez? And she said, yeah. And I said, are you guys dating exclusively? And she said, yeah. Our 5-year anniversary is actually on Monday the 20th. And if you think back to when I said that he was super weird about like maintaining that he went home on January 19th, I think I now know why. I think it's because his 5-year anniversary was the next day on January the 20th, and he was planning to spend that fucking weekend before.
So what if, like, so what if something happened and then he couldn't make it? Like, what if the plane delayed? What if an accident happened? Like, you men are the garbage. Like, you have everything. Like, I'm not saying she's not everything. She's beautiful, but you have everything. You have a woman that's successful. She has influence, so that's a big thing now, being influential. Because I tell you, I don't even have that much subscribers, and people see me, like, I tell you, dudes will meet me, I'm like, yo, tachassociety, oh my god, I'm so blessed, like, you know, and I just only have a 3,000 over there, you know what I'm saying? And people will act like I'm a celebrity when they date me. So now you have a woman that's influential. I mean, she coming in with money, you're living good, and she's probably the breadwinner of the relationship, because she said he don't work or something like that, he's not working, I don't know what she's saying, but and you playing she's an influential person, so that means people see, she posts everything she do. A lot of women, especially the high influencers, always post everything they do. Some people are a little bit more private, but in his mind, he probably like, well, and she's tagged in your stuff. Dawn me, man.
Beforehand with me in Philly. But anyway, I continue telling her everything, that we had been talking super heavily and how I thought we had a future together and all these things. She asked a few questions, and I sent her a bunch of screenshots, whatever. She asked me if I would allow her to confront him first, and I was like, absolutely, like, I'm never speaking to that man again. She and I kept messaging back and forth, and I was trying to give her kind of whatever proof I had via screenshots, and she was saying that, like, it's so crazy how people live a double life. And I was like, yeah, it really is.
And he probably the most perfect guy. He's probably perfect. Does everything right. Like, who, like, y'all going through a tragedy. Your house is on fire or whatever. I don't know if he lost the house. Y'all getting evacuated. Y'all have each other. Y'all live together. And then your mind, instead of being there for your woman, you're there for another girl. You're garbage. Montel, you're trash.
It's insane. Like, he's not the person that I thought he was. And I was like, I'm so sorry for this timing, because I knew that she was currently evacuated from her home. And I was like, you know, I hope that you make the choice that's right for you, but you deserve so much more than this man has to offer you. And she said thank you, and I was like, don't hesitate to reach out if you have any more questions. I think that she ended up texting him, like, in that moment, saying we need to talk, and he was still at the Cyber City, like, gaming place at the time. I know that the second that she texted him, he ended up FaceTiming me. I think he called like maybe 2 or 3 times, and I ended up declining all the calls. So he texted me a question mark, and I sent a screenshot to her, and I was like, he's FaceTiming me right now, trying to get in contact. I know that he got home like very shortly after that, and I think that she ended up confronting him then. She messaged me like very shortly after, and he basically denied everything, and he said that he was just trying to use me for sex, that he never cared about me, he didn't want to be with me, he was denying all the allegations and whatever. But she messaged me saying like, he just left again, and let me know if he reaches out to you. And right when I got her message saying that, he texted me just the word wow. So I texted her, or I messaged her back, and I told her that. I will say that like the entire time that she and I were messaging, she seemed a little bit in shock, but she was very, very calm. Like, simply put, she wasn't mad enough for me. I didn't know if that's because she was processing it or if she's used to this, but it didn't seem like it was the first time that he had done this, and it also didn't seem like she was leaving.
But by him sitting here, like, okay, if a man, I go up to a man, right, my man, and a man, I go up to him, I be like, hey, you messing with Christina? And he was like, no, baby. Okay, yeah, I was, but I was just using her for sex. Baby, absolutely not. It would have been done. The audacity for you to lie to me. Tell me the truth. But I feel like men, like back in the days, baby, men, you could have the evidence and be like, hey, I see. And they're like, baby, that was me. Baby, men would lie to the death of me. I respect for the transparency, but I would not be with you. Because if you're using her for sex, how many other women are you going to be using? We're not scared of disease? No. Like, he should have that brave that he'd be like, yeah, I'm just using her for sex. You men are just a different level. I don't think any man was ever honest with me like that. Maybe even if I catch them cheating, like, I don't know. Nope. They'll tell me years later, like when we break up, or if I break up with them, they'll tell me, like, all right, this is what happened. This is the reason why. But they will lie till the death of them. I was just using her for sex. How is that a good thing?
Mm-hmm. And from what I've seen after, I think it's confirmed. I think she's staying with that man. And everyone makes a choice that's right for them in their life, and that's what I told her to do too. And maybe she's making moves behind the scenes that I don't know about. Like I said, they're currently displaced from the fires together, and maybe she's just kind of planning, but I'm trying very, very hard not to judge. But I will say that, like, girl, if you stay with that man, that's embarrassing as fuck. That man does not care about you in the way that he might have led you to believe. And you are doing yourself a disservice by continuing to breathe the same.
I get where she's coming from, but you're coming from emotion. She's coming from time. Some people think in their mind, like, we've been through it, and we got through so much stuff. And you don't know what he's painting you to be. Number one, by you exposing him now, I don't know, because now she has such an influence. I don't know if people know that's her man, but she has such an influence. It's kind of like you're fucking her reputation. I get you're hurt. Of course, you have the right to be hurt, but you can't expect her to leave because you are hurt. That's her man. You the side chick, and sometimes you got to take it like that, whether you knew or not. But that's her man. So if she wants to stay with her man, you can't be mad at her and say, oh, you disgusting as fuck, and da-da-da-da, blah, 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 blah. No, she has to learn by herself. You gave her the information. She took it how she wanted to take it, and she stayed. You're hurt. You're going to deal with it. You move on. Your God is going to bless you with somebody, and it's thank God that God lets you know ahead of time instead of you wasting your time, and you're her,
That man, he is a fucked up liar with mommy and daddy issues that will never be resolved. He's going to continue to spread his damage to people who don't deserve it, and you are enabling him to do so if you stay. And I really don't intend to be rude. Like I said, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I can't stand when women stay and when they allow men like that to continue to be destructive and harmful. I can't stand it. Time spent is not enough of a reason to stay. He didn't care about losing you, nor does he now that he's been caught. As much as he acts like he does now, he doesn't give a fuck. And he's likely been doing what he did with me with tens of other women across the country. With how quick he was to talk about booking a flight for me and flying me out. I know he's doing this with other girls. The same thoughtful things that I saw him doing for you when I was scrolling through your media tab, he was talking about doing with me. He doesn't care about you. He damn near referred to you.
The difference is he talked about doing with you. He did not do with you. You're right now projecting your anger through her for her. Like, now you're projecting your anger. Like, he already talked about it, and you're just saying she's dumb. Everybody's been dumb. Well, maybe some people, because on my comments, people be telling me I'm dumb. Like, so I guess I'm the only one who's been dumb, and I got 2 baby daddies, and whatever. I know everybody else is like holy thou, but me, I've been dumb. I've been an idiot. I've been with men, and I'm like, oh, maybe they will change. Maybe he really did love me. Maybe, and I'm an idiot. I've been an idiot. I have been an idiot. That's why now I is so strong. And I still have moments now that I have idiot ways. But that helps you grow. And some people stay idiot till the day they die. But sometimes life insurance bless them. So I don't know. I don't know. Because I just feel like now you're just projecting your anger because you wanted her to leave and you want it to be girl power. But that's her man. And she knows why she's with him. Even though in her mind, like, okay, even though, right, he's a piece of shit trash, his girlfriend's still his priority because when he was coming to see you, he made sure, like, I'm going back Sunday to spend time with his woman. So you can tell his priority. Other men wouldn't even give a damn about no damn anniversary, baby. You the side chick, baby. I know guys that will miss things. I used to, when I was the side chick with somebody, I knew guys that I was the priority. They even told me, I will leave my girl. I will call them. I'm like, no. I don't like you that much. Even though it could be game. But I know I was the priority. Baby, I know guys that would even miss certain things so they could be with me. And then when I found out, like, damn, you had a girl. Wow, how? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll find out other things. Like, oh, he missed this. Or he didn't even come to this because he was with you. But he made sure his girlfriend's still his priority. You know? So even though he's a piece of shit, his priority is still his woman. He still wants to spend that 5-year anniversary with his woman.
Referred to you as his maid. He said he has like a cleaning service that comes and that's why his apartment stays so put together. He's only fighting for you because he is so used to the stability that you guys have built together, but he didn't give a fuck past few months that he was talking.
Girl, you can't tell. Girl. You can't tell him he didn't care. Just because you were... let me explain. Men cheat, women cheat. Some people cheat because of the fact that it's just they want, they want to see if they still got it. But you can't say he don't. Like, you said so much about this man that you only talk through the phone. You don't even know him for real. You giving this man food money and you haven't even seen the man. For real. So the same way you dissing her is the same way people gonna diss you because you are spending money on a man making sure he eat. And you don't even know him. So just the same way she sees you dumb, it's the same way she sees you're dumb. Like, girl, you don't even know him, you didn't even see him, and you doing all this, and you're in love with a man that you only talk on the phone with. Y'all both dumb in a way. He's dumb, so she's dumb, and you're dumb in a way too. Whether you crashed out, you're just talking in a place of hurt because you wanted him to hurt. He's not using her. You don't know. Sometimes that situation can make him change. You don't know what is the reason. Some men are weird. I'm not a man, so I don't know why men cheat. He could be young. He could just want to see if he still got it. It could be stability. It could be different things. But you are just saying all this out your mouth and you was dumb too. Y'all both were dumb. Y'all both are stupid. And sometimes you got to be real that you're dumb and he's dumb and she dumb and you all dumb. Y'all dumb. Because the way that you fell in love with him, only talking to him in 2.2 seconds, if the foot was on the other shoe, I think you would have stayed. Me personally. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think you would. Every woman's been dumb for somebody. Everybody's been dumb. I've been dumb a few times. I've been idiot.
about building with me. I hope that you will protect yourself and leave. At the very least, get an STD test. I'll tell you to do that now. It's just disappointing, but that's pretty much how I found out. I told her I was never going to talk to him again, but I did end up texting him. It all happened on it was like a Saturday night into Sunday morning. Like I was up until like 1 a.m. on Saturday or Sunday morning. I'll show you the screenshot of what I said. Fuck it. And I meant every word too, bitch. He's just lucky that I didn't get into his abandonment issues about his mommy and daddy and how the two of them leaving him contributes to him being the shitty man that he grew into today. But, you know, if he ever wants to reach out and hear about it, I'm happy to tell him. Anyway, men like that are trash, and I just don't understand how they put so much energy into wasting your time. And it just sucks because, like, I really did care about him so much. And I won't lie, like, I'm hurt. I'm sad. This is low-key been traumatizing and very jarring. It feels like a breakup. Like I said, I thought that, like, that was going to be my next man. I thought we had a future together, but I'll be okay. I'm just glad that I found out before I met up with him, and that this is sad.
Is this a new thing? I know I'm older, but I feel like you guys fall in love through phone. Just talking on the phone. Y'all don't even go out, get to know each other. I remember my first boyfriend, we was young, and we used to talk on the phone all the time, and I liked him. But honestly, we didn't make anything official for real. We went out to eat, got to know each other, took walks, and then we became boyfriend and girlfriend. Nowadays, it's just like you just talk on the phone, and this is not only her, I'm not just holding her, but every girl, and I really did like him. Y'all only talked on the phone. You don't know him. You don't know his ways. You don't know if he's dirty. You don't know nothing. Y'all don't, like, how do y'all like somebody y'all never met? Is that just me? It's just so weird to me. And I mean, like, a lot of people are like this. Like, I have people I talk to on social media all the time. We have conversation all the time. There's one dude I talk to on the phone all the time. All the time. But it's not like I'm like, oh my God, I like him. Yeah, he's cool. We've been talking for a while, though. For a while. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like, oh my God, I like him. I don't know him. I haven't met the dude. I don't know if he's short. I don't know if he smells funny, his breath stink. I don't know nothing about him. How I like you? I don't know you. Nothing. Like, I like his personality, but that is 10% of the person. Like, I don't know nothing about you. Nothing. How y'all like somebody that's just on the phone giving words? It's just weird. It's weird. It's like all of y'all. It's like, it's not just like her. It's every story time I really did like him. But y'all never met. It's weird.
I am like, this is not going to derail me. This has nothing to do with me, really. This is his own fucked up illness that, like, he wanted to pull people who didn't deserve it into because he can't fix himself and he doesn't want to suffer alone. And I don't deserve that. I guess here's to having a free weekend again, and to not being stupid enough to stay in a situation like that, and to finding the person who will never embarrass me with the way that they love me in the future. I'm really excited for that. But yeah, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer anything before TikTok does or does not go away. Thank you for watching. You guys are wild. I wanted to come on and, one, clarify a couple things, but also two, give an update. I'm gonna get to the point. I took notes. One of the things I want to clarify is that he is not from Philadelphia. This man is from California. I'm from Virginia. So we're literally across the country from one another. We were going to take a little vacation together in Philadelphia. He was going to fly there from California, and I was going to drive up from Virginia and meet him in Philly. Two, no, we've never met. Like, to this day, we have not met. And I also don't know if I misspoke in one of the videos and I said 3 months. This started like maybe a week before Thanksgiving, and then it went until like literally this past Sunday. I'm supposed to be in Philadelphia with him now. Had I not found out about the girlfriend, I would be there with him today. I don't know if I was thinking maybe like November, December, January, and that's why I may have said 3. I don't know if I even really did, but like, I notoriously cannot count. But this whole thing was very, very short-lived and very fast-paced. We talked so much that it felt like things were kind of expedited. I'm seeing some of you say that might have been on purpose, but I don't know. There were just so many obstacles that we ran into within those like 2 months. And I had tried to kind of cut communication at literally the first one when he said the thing about like no enough sleeping or whatever, but he kept pulling me back in, and I ignored what I realize now is my intuition about that, and I wish I had listened to her, and I'm learning to do so now. This one's not even that big of a deal, but it was annoying the fuck out of me reading it in the comments. People were saying that they thought that because like we got on the screen together on FaceTime for the first time and he said that I was gorgeous, that I thought that he was in love with me. And no, like that's not what I meant. I thought that, like I said, I don't like to assume that men are attracted to me just because they message me or ask for my number, whatever. I got on the screen and he said, "You're gorgeous," not just on Twitter. And I realized that he was attracted to me. From there is when like all the feelings and stuff developed. We were able to kind of realize that it was more than just some sort of friendly connection. I realized he was attracted to me. I was attracted to him. Y'all are eating me up for that too. But that is what I meant by saying like we got on the screen. He said, "I'm gorgeous," whatever. That one was annoying me. Another update, or yeah, this is, I guess, an update. Women have been messaging me who have dealt with him in the past saying that he is not the safest person and that they've had bad experiences with him. And I am not going to say too much on that, but I just want to say that I absolutely dodged a bullet. It has been more than one woman. It has been more than a handful of women. And that is terrifying to think that, you know, I could be any deeper into a situation like that than I am. I feel lucky. But yeah, another thing I wanted to say is that I really do regret how I kind of ended this whole saga. I was a little too hard on the girlfriend, and I said it in a few...
That's good. I'm happy that you're real. Because I was like, dang, you came at that girl for nothing. I'm like, dang, we both victims. It's not just her. Like, dang, you went in. So I'm happy that you at least acknowledged that. Because I was like, maybe you're coming from a place of hurt, but dang, you went in on that girl. Like,
comments, but like I am processing this in real time. She didn't deserve how aggressive I was, honestly, towards the end of that video. And I want her to know that I'm sorry for that. Even if she does stay, I maintain that that will be disappointing for all the reasons that I listed before, but it has nothing to do with me. I never should have taken that out on her, and for that, again, I'm sorry. I know that she knows about these videos, and I know that they're causing her to not have a good day, but at the same time, I'm not sorry for sharing this. This is my story too. This is my pain too, and I know that that was her man, like I keep saying, but like, I literally thought he was going to be mine too. Like, I can't really express that enough. You know, he can lie all he wants, and you guys can call me naive all you want for ignoring red flags or whatever, but I think that
it's so weird when people like people will call people, "You're dumb, you're naive, you're stupid, you're idiot," and half of these people are living with men that I know is cheating on them. I remember one time this girl wrote me on one of my channels. I don't know what I said. I think I said a comment about something. I think it was on tachassociety. And I said a comment, and she wrote me like, I don't know, I think it's something about my baby daddy I said. And she's like, "You were dumb, you seen all the red flags, da da da, you weren't married." And her man is in my inbox. And I didn't even know until when I went on her page, and I think it was something. She said something, and she had like a YouTube too. And I went on her page and I went on her Instagram, and she had her husband on it. And I'm like, I know him. Where I know this dude? Found the name, and I said, "Your husband is in my inbox. Why are you judging me?" That's why I don't understand these women. Y'all talk so much trash. And I could have been a bigger person, like, you know, and I said, "You know what, Tasha, know that God would work with her. God will work with her." I don't judge any woman. I don't judge any woman, because in the end of the day, I am not innocent. I have 2 baby daddies. My baby daddy played me, took my money, and left me with nothing. While people laughed at me. And people said, "Oh, Tasha, you should have seen the signs." I should have. I did. And when you have no money and you're sitting here paying bills and helping, and you're left with nothing, and you're not noticing, like, dang, I'm young, I don't have anything, I have 2 kids in my hand, and I have to suck up my pride so my kids don't starve. But people don't understand, because you're outsiders. That's why I don't judge anybody. That's why a lot of people are so comfortable talking to me, because I know You gotta let people learn in their life. Like, she's naive, okay. She's gonna be naive again. She might be naive again. She might marry someone and still be naive. Some people die naive. I know women that husband is sleeping with people and they're telling other women about themselves while their husband is cheating on them. And they know that. Everybody can tell you something about you. I can tell her about me, but I always say, who am I to judge? Baby, I got 2 baby daddies. At least she ain't got no kids. She ain't got no kids. At least she got a chance to be married and have a man to love her. Baby, I'm a baby mother. Who am I going to judge you? How can I judge you? Who am I? It's so weird. People always judging people.
I know that he and I like had something together, even if it was all a facade. I most definitely put my heart into this, and I don't regret doing it. I just regret doing it for the person that I did it for, but like, that's me. And at the end of the day, it doesn't change the fact that like those feelings were real, and I am real life hurt. I feel like I deserve to get this off my chest too. The last thing you guys have been asking is if he responded, and like I said, she knows about these videos, so obviously he does too. Y'all were apparently eating him up in the comments. He ended up FaceTiming me a couple hours ago today, and I obviously declined it. And then he texted me almost immediately after, saying that his girlfriend was hurting and that she didn't deserve to be put out in the public like this. And I responded back saying, not you being boyfriend of the year now. Anyway, because why would you? To that, he responded and said, call me. I didn't call him. He ended up FaceTiming me again, and I declined it, and that's been the end of it. But like I said in the previous videos, he was well aware of the fact that I am a crash out. I don't know why he thought that this was going to end any differently. I told him, like, if you do me bad, I'm gonna make it known. He knew that. He's well aware. Again, I don't know why he saw that going any differently than it did, but we live and we learn. You guys have been so kind to me in the comments. Well, like most of you for the most part. I really do appreciate that. It's been very cathartic and very helpful for me to get this off my chest. I can't talk. But yeah, if you guys want to follow me, you can catch me on Instagram or Twitter. It's all KenjiPod, the same spelling as it is on here. I'm chronically online, and this is kind of what you get with me. I'm an open book. But yeah, again, thank you guys for listening. Stay safe.
Well, that was that. I just wish you the best. You're a beautiful girl. We all go through something like this. Well, some people don't. I know some people are perfect, but you know, I went through it a lot. I went through a lot of girlfriends confronting me. I still go through that now, and I don't know why. Cause I don't talk to nobody for real. So like, except like people I've been talking to that I'm cool with, and their girls be like, I don't know if because the fact that man be liking my pictures, and then sometimes that man will write me, and then they'll write me and be like, hey, how you know? Like, girl, I would ignore you too. Like, don't write me. But you know, I hope all goes well for you, for him, the girl. You know, I really do. Hopefully this is a lesson learned for him to learn to change, and hopefully this is a lesson learned for you. You know, honestly, I can't even say it's a lesson learned because you didn't really do anything. You are honestly the innocent one. You and the girl are very innocent in this situation. So I really wish you both the best. I pray that all things go well for both of you guys. Yeah, well, baby, I don't really have much to say. Maybe you can leave the comments down below if I'm wrong. You know, I always like the discussion because some people are real with me. They'll be like, yo, what are you talking about? You are stupid. You don't even know you have 2 baby daddies and you're an idiot. And yeah, go ahead, because I love a conversation. Sometimes I try my hardest to be as consistent as I can in the comments and try to respond to everybody I can. I know the more I grow, it's going to be a little bit harder, but my goal, whether bad comments, good comments, I try my hardest to be very consistent. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.